More than 3 years after Hurricane Katrina, the Federal Emergency Management Agency is under fire again. A new report says FEMA doesn't have an adequate housing plan if another disaster strikes. Special Investigations Unit correspondent Abby Boudreau is here now with her exclusive report. Boy, that's the last thing that they need, but this is something we've been talking about for a while, sort of always having to be ahead of something like Mother Nature.
Well, you'd think so, right? So, yeah. But we obtained a 300-page report being released later today. The Senate Subcommittee on Disaster Recovery spent 9 months investigating FEMA's performance after Katrina and concludes the agency still comes up short. After the 2005 hurricane, FEMA acknowledged it needed to do a much better job in responding to the next disaster, but the report shows the agency still does not have a comprehensive disaster housing plan. It says there still isn't a network of state and local shelters, few programs to help the low income and disabled, and no clear plan on how much the agency would have to rely again on trailers to house hurricane victims. Louisiana Senator Mary Landrieu says it's time those needs are met.
Another storm strikes, we're basically in the same position that we were before Katrina and Rita. So, you know, this new administration, this new Homeland Security Administration, and the new HUD is basically going to have to start from scratch.
The subcommittee is making a number of recommendations, including setting up a program to repair rental properties and putting in place a national housing plan to be administered by HUD and telling FEMA to provide specific costs to all available housing options. A FEMA spokesman tells us the agency could not comment because it hasn't seen the report yet. He referred us to FEMA's National Housing Strategy released last month that addresses the housing needs of disaster victims.
Well, and I remember, obviously, you did a great story on the sort of the failure, if you will, of FEMA and being able to deliver some of these household items that had actually been collected, but then not given out to the people.
In warehouses.
Is there any confidence whatsoever in Congress in how things could possibly get better?
I mean, I've talked to some senators and they say that they have basically zero confidence in FEMA at this point, and they're just hoping that that the new administration will bring some sort of positive change like we hear so much of. But at the same time, you know, they're just, anybody who thought that 3.5 years have passed and the government was out there, you know, trying to figure out exactly all the problems and trying to fix all the problems before the next hurricane were to strike.
Right.
According to Senator Landrieu, according to this new report, that just did not happen.
Yeah, I was surprised the president did not mention Katrina in his address, his first joint session of Congress. We didn't hear a word about Katrina.
So. No, we heard about Kansas, but we did not hear about Katrina.
Exactly.
And what's still happening out there.
You will stay on top of it, and we will have you here to keep everybody updated. Sure do appreciate it. Abby Boudreau of our Special Investigations Unit. Thank you.